Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Hey guys, Shane from Jaggs Journeys here for our live chat, fortnightly chat. Once again, as usual, just need someone to confirm they can hear me, just so I know the audio is working and I haven't got any audio issues before we continue. Pretty much. So hi to everyone that's jumping on, saying hi. You can hear me. Excellent. Thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciated. Hope everyone's having a great week so far. And hey, Ryder. Hey, and thanks everyone for taking time out of your Wednesday. I know you've got other things to watch, like maths, and yeah. But it's appreciated you guys jumping on, taking time out, even if you're only on for a short while. That's perfectly fine. It's not a problem at all. I really appreciate everyone jumping on. Hey, Matt, John, how are you, my friend? Dane, how are you, mate? Pammy Pam, how's it going? Cats for Days 44. David Pierce, thank you all for jumping on. Spencer, Ileana, hello. And again, thank you all for jumping on. Cats for Days, still procrastinating on Gold Nova stuff. Yes, looking forward to Gold Nova. I missed it last year because I got it was a better offer. I had to go to Universal Florida, Epic Universe. So I even had bought my ticket last year. So anyway, that's all cool. It's should be a good one this year. I did hear also the Sydney and Perth one. I think it's Sydney and Perth. Yeah. There's some very special guests coming. I don't know why they're not coming here. It's just like, you know, we get good guests here, but you know, sometimes Sydney gets better get a guest. So if you're a big fan like I am of Back to the Future, Christopher Lloyd is actually going to be there. So that's Doc Brown himself. I think he's going to be at the Perth and the Sydney Supernova. I mean, how cool would that be? I can't afford to go to get a photo and an autograph. And the travel obviously at the moment. But wow, how cool is that? That's pretty amazing. But anyway, I think the last celebrity I got a photo with at a Supernova was, which is quite a few years ago, David Hasselhoff, I think it was, and Lou Ferrigno a couple of years before that. If you don't know who they are, old school 80s actors. So Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, the original Incredible Hulk TV show, and bodybuilder, and David Hasselhoff, obviously Knight Rider, Baywatch, and he's done other movies, SpongeBob movies, and other stuff as well. So that was the last couple of celebrities I had photos and autographs with. All right, so yeah. I mean, Dane, you're right. It's Christopher Lloyd is definitely worth paying the money for. But then it's just all the other stuff on top of just the autograph and the thing. And the photo. It's the travel, then the accommodation, everything. It just becomes an expensive exercise. You can buy plenty of things with their signature on, authenticated as well. Probably for cheaper than that. So anyway, I know it's not quite the same as having the photo as well. He's getting on now as well. He's pushing on. So maybe one of the last times that he's able to get around overseas as well to some of these supernovas. You're right. It's not the same as getting it in person. 100% agree with that. By the way, let's see. Matt's saying he would get an autograph from me anytime, mate. I have actually I've had kids come up with autograph books before and asked me to autograph stuff, sign T-shirts and things like that, which is I find it's nice, but I find it like funny and weird because it's like I'm not famous. I'm just a guy that just films stuff at the theme parks. But anyway, as you know, if you met me, I'm just a normal person like all of you. So, but anyway, What have we got here? Comment. Pauline, how are you? It was your birthday last Friday. Oh, happy birthday for last Friday. You went to Dracula's. That's pretty cool. I'm not. Last time I went to Dracula's, I actually got disappointed with it because they went kind of off theme a bit, and then it becomes sort of crude, like rude. So, for example, if I'm taking my family and like my mum and my nana kind of thing, and I'm sitting there, some of the content is like awkward, I don't know if it's still like that or whether it's just, I think they need to just keep it Dracula/horror, or that kind of theme, but they sort of start off with that and then kind of goes off that. So I'm not sure what the go is with that, but anyway, I'm not sure if they still do that or not. So yeah. What do we got here? Let's go through some comments. Sydney and Perth always get good guess at Supernova. Yeah, seems that way, doesn't it? Interesting, though. Okay, so we got here. Okay. All right. Looking forward to Behind the Thrills in May. Thank you for that. So yeah, so that's our next event for the theme park cartel podcast. Myself, Adrian, and Riley. So obviously, if you don't know, we do a podcast once a month. It's probably going to stretch out to a bit. It's sort of going to be a bit more around events or announcements or travel, that kind of thing. So there's more to actually talk about rather than just trying to fill in time. We want to make it interesting and actually and more engaging. So there may be a few less of the podcasts in terms of between. However, there might be times where there could be one every couple of weeks because of what's going on and that kind of thing. So it'll be a bit different, our plan moving forward for podcasts. But yeah, as you know, we've made a we pretty much want to do annual enthusiast events. So these events are for theme park enthusiasts, and we put it out first to our Patreon podcast listeners, the people that are really supporting us. So this one is at Dreamworld. The last one we had was at Aussie World last year, and it was a big success. So this one's Dreamworld. Literally, I've been working on this for 10 months. The amount of meetings, reviewing proposals, excuse me. There's risk assessments. There's all sorts of things that has to go on before they allow a group of 25 people or more to go back a house and to go to certain areas of the park. But the aim of what we're doing is to try and give enthusiasts something different that you can't get when you go to these parks on a daily basis. I mean, there will be rides obviously there included. So if you already had a chance to have a look at it, I think we've only got a couple of tickets left. Literally, I think you do have to have a Dreamworld pass though already, either an annual pass or a day ticket, because our tickets for this event doesn't include entry to Dreamworld. You got to have your own entry. And our ticket is like 80. I think it's like $86 with the fee, the admin fee there. So, but it's jam packed. It is minimum age is 16 because it's not for kids. Like there's a lot of information, a lot of people that are enthusiasts are interested in. But if you're not, excuse me, if you're not an enthusiast as such, or kids will just get bored and they'll lose, they'll want to go places, and because of safety and that sort of thing as well, we've had to put this limit on there. And it is a long day. It's like 7:30 in the morning till the end of the day. And we're probably going to stay for the night market probably as well for dinner. But I think all the actual events finish around, I think it's like 2:30. Excuse me. And then pretty much after that, we've got Ride Express available on all the rides, because obviously you've been there all day, haven't ridden a ride. Well, actually, there will be a couple of rides in there, with lights on and different things that we've arranged. But yeah, so we've done Ride Express there, and I think we've got a tail whip ride as well included in that. So yeah, only thing I think you got to pay for is like lunch, but it'll be at Jane's, so you can order something light or small, or you can have a large meal, or whatever. But they got a lot of things on the menu there, and we can't just organise a lunch that's going to suit everyone. So we thought we'll have it there, and then you can have as little or as much as you want, and or can afford to do or whatever. So that's the go with that. But yeah, so it should be awesome. I think it's the 23rd of May. I think it is. But yeah, we're really looking forward to that, and yeah, who knows where the next one will be after that. It'll be in 12 months after that. So we're already talking about that and throwing around some ideas. So literally, because of the planning involved, it's not something we just bring up one day and go, we want to do this, and they go, yep, done. It's a huge amount of stuff goes on behind the scenes. So hopefully everyone appreciates it and gets a lot out of the day as well. By the way, before we continue on, I need to have a drink. So I just want to say this live stream sponsored by Little Hampton Hepburn Spring Water. I tell you what, deliciously refreshing spring water. You got to get yourself there. This is sparkling spring water, established 1876. Tastes fresher than that, though, I tell you. Oh, it's really good spring water, sparkling spring water. Little Hampton. Get in you. Anyway, all right. So, I've been good. I've been just going back through the questions. I'm great. Thank you. Had a busy week. Hope everyone else has been having a great week as well. We will cover off a few things that are actually happening around the theme parks and some offers and things that are coming up as well. So, look, most people on here are all over what content is put out by the theme parks, often before me, because I work long hours. I get home at night. That's when after dinner is when I get time to sit down and have a look at social media, usually my phone even. So I have a business phone for work. So my personal phone literally just stays in a bag all day, and I schedule anything you see on Instagram during the week is scheduled. So I'm not doing it as you see it appear. It is scheduled the night before usually. So stories and posts and that kind of thing. Too busy to do it during the day. But anyway, so yeah, make sure you give us a follow on Instagram. Always dropping stories, posts as well. I drop a lot of stuff from overseas trips and things. Some people go, oh, I thought you're in Malaysia or Singapore just the other day. I'm like, well, no, that was last year. Some videos, I film so much content, and then there's so many things happen here at a timely basis that I have to get the timely stuff done first. A Singapore video, attraction or whatever can be done anytime. There's no time limit on it. It's not like when there's a Halloween event or a Christmas event, you got to do them at the time. You can't put them off. So otherwise, if I put my Christmas videos out now, no one's going to watch it. They're going to go, Christmas, who wants to know and hear about Christmas? But at Christmas time, we do want to know about it. So, but yeah, so a lot of stuff comes out during the week. All right. Okay. We are at... Ileana says there's a boy actor coming to Supernova. Carl Urban and a Stranger Things actor Jamie Campbell Bower. Wow, Stranger Things, that's pretty cool. That's like, I do like Stranger Things. I must admit I haven't watched the latest series, but excuse me, I did watch the original. Ryder said he's really excited for Mario Galaxy. I did see that. It's not really off topic, mate, because I like, it's part of Universal Studios. I love Super Nintendo Land. I tell you what, if you guys, I know at the moment the way the world is it's scary. The thing what's going on out there and stuff like that. As most of you, hopefully all of you know, this is all about positivity. So this channel is all positive. I don't post negative stuff. I'm not, I mean, if I wanted to, there's so much you could post, right? But why do that? So it's all about being positive here. There's so many things going on in the world that's negative. Every time you turn the TV on or you look at your phone, it's all about the fuel prices and this and that and inflation and war. And I tell you what, the less you can watch of that, the better. Don't consume yourselves in all that stuff. I mean, yes, it is good to know sort of what's happening in the world, but try and do less of it. I'm trying to just wean myself off like trying to be too, I guess, immersed in any kind of news, stuff like that. It's out of our control. The petrol prices, it's out of our control. People, every second person I talk to during the day, the petrol prices. Okay, well, if you think about it, let's just say, let's just say you spend normally up before this all sort of escalated. Let's just say you spend $50 a week on gas, unleaded, not diesel. Let's just say 50 or $60 a week. Now you might be spending what, $70 a week instead of $50, or $80 instead of 60. I don't know. It might be a little bit more than that, depending on the size of your gas tank. But if you divide that difference, it might be 20, 30. So it might be $30 a week. Might be a bit more. Look, even if it was $50 more a week on gas, which might be depending on your traveling distances and things. If you think about it, you're probably spending less than $10 a day, if you think about it. So, if it's $50 a week and it's 7 days in a week, it's $7.14 a day. So if you think about it like that, just go, hey, yeah, petrol's costing me an extra $7 a day. $7. Don't get me wrong, it all adds up. And I know you got to pay that in one hit, but you got to sort of sometimes think about that. Okay, $7 a day, it's out of my control. It's out of our control. I got to spend the money. Yes, it's going to hit our food prices. We know that. It's going to hit our food prices as well. It's in the supermarkets, everywhere you go. Because of freight costs, it gets added into the bills now, and it's all going to go up. There might be less of things being produced, so the price might go up. They might put restrictions on petrol, how much you can buy at a time. We just have to deal with it, right? It's it's a small price to pay compared to those poor people that are going through war in their country and being displaced from their whole entire lives, which, I just wish this whole thing would stop. It just saddens me to see or hear about all of this, and I just hope it stops and de-escalates really soon, so everyone can kind of try and get back to some kind of normality. And anyway, what I'm trying to get to is we want to travel again and go places, right? So we want to do it safely. We want to know it's safe to travel, because they're cancelling flights at the moment. Jet fuel might run out, all that kind of thing. So I guess you don't want to be, excuse me, you don't want to be stuck somewhere overseas and can't get back and all that kind of thing. So when the time is right, we'll be traveling again, obviously. So if you can ever get a chance to travel, if you haven't been to the USA, I know there's some people that aren't a fan of the US, but politics aside, I'm not into politics, but all that aside, the USA theme parks are incredible. And if you haven't seen some of my videos for Universal Studios, Epic Universe, even Singapore, the theming is just next level. Beyond, you think how good Dreamworld's theming's becoming now. That's just minimum standard over there. There's just that and then some more. It's crazy that obviously they got bigger budgets, they got more people, so they got more visitation, more spend in the park, so they make more money. They spend more money on all of that, and you are fully, truly immersed in those theme parks over there. And particularly, like Ryder was saying, how he's excited for the Mario Galaxy movie. I mean, I'm not a gamer. I don't mind video games. I'm just not a gamer type of person. I don't have time to. But that Super Nintendo land is probably one of the most immersive lands I've ever been in. You feel like you're in the game. Everything while you're in there, you're fully immersed, and it's amazing, incredible. Theming blows your mind. The characters there, the eyes blink, they talk to you. It's incredible. It's just the mouth. It's just everything's crazy, next level. Anyway, moving on. Damien Gauchi, my mate. Thanks for jumping on. I'm good. I hope you and your family are well. Hey, Zoe, hope you're doing well as well. You're making a comment there about, so just roll back a bit. I missed a few comments there. Again, if I miss your comment, it's nothing. It's just I missed stuff. So whack it in again. I know there's some talk about the passes and things. So, yep. So yeah, I guess Matt's made a comment here. It was when did I see that? Must have been Monday or something like that, or the weekend. Maybe the weekend. Village Roadshow. So, well, I don't know if it's all parks yet, but I'd say so. But Movie World's gone cashless, totally cashless. Um, I'm not a huge fan of this because what if the system goes down? You cannot buy a single thing to eat, drink, particularly, or buy anything. Like, you're stuck. So, for that reason, I would prefer them to have both options. I know cash is a risk for large places like that. And it's labor intense as well, amount of reconciliation and, stuff you got to have. Also, there's internal theft issues. I know when I worked at the parks years and years ago, we did have a number of times where, unfortunately, we had team members taking cash and the thing is, like, they think they're being smart about how they're doing it, but we figure it out because we reconcile everything, we check reports, every single button you press on a register's basically logged, so you can track what they're doing, and usually also they go, I'll just scan this whatever, and then they'll send it as cash or refund or whatever. But the thing is, we stock take all the time, and when there's constant things always out, then you got to look into why is that always out. Is it a receipting issue? Is it a barcode issue? Is it a theft issue? Is it internal? So cash plays a high risk in any business. So I can understand there's a lot of loss there. If people are thinking to do the wrong thing, they will get caught eventually, because they all do. They will eventually get caught, and then they get a record. It's not worth it, But yeah, so I can understand probably there's a number of reasons why they've removed cash. So they could, in my opinion, they could probably say, hey, we've gone cashless, but you know what? They don't have to say anything, but if someone says, because I haven't got a card, I've only got cash, they should still be able to accept the cash because it's legal tender. So in my opinion, they should still be able to accept it, even though there's signs up everywhere saying that they're cashless now. Also, there's fees attached with cards, so you're paying more, right? That's the issue there. So some people don't have cards. Like I know some people that don't have cards, so and they're forcing them now to get cards. So anyway, there's a number of things there. So I'm sort of yes and no about it. It's an interesting move. When I was in the US, Universal was the same. Some outlets at well, not the whole park, but some outlets at Universal were cash only, which is interesting. Some were, some weren't. So maybe they do that here as well. When I was at Funko store in Hollywood, I wanted to pay cash. They didn't accept cash, and I not argued, but I questioned with the manager. I said, "Cash is legal tender. I have cash, and you should accept cash as a payment option." And they said, "No, we can't because we get robbed." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like I had a credit card, but I didn't really want to use that credit card. But anyway, you do what you got to do. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that one. What do we got? Pauline says Dracula's was good, but the tables are crammed in. Yeah, I found that last time too. Like really crammed in. Like when you go to let's just say you go to a buffet restaurant somewhere, one of your favorite ones, maybe for a birthday. But then if you go to the same buffet restaurant on Christmas Day, because they do a Christmas buffet, all of a sudden you're crammed in like sardines because they always squeeze more tables in, right? Because they can charge more. When it's crammed in like that, it's uncomfortable. It's not pleasant. Yeah, and you want to just go somewhere, bang, you hit your chair. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of crammed in places like that. I like to have a little bit of space around me. That's just me. What else did you say about it? Outback show is better. Yeah, I agree, actually. And I think the show is much better at Outback Spectacular. I know when because I was working for Village Roadshow, when we opened Outback Spectacular, and I spent a bit of time setting it up and working at Outback Spectacular with the retail photographics. And we went to Dracula's as a management team to have a look at how they do their night venue. Two different things, but we wanted to check it out. And we hadn't long opened. One of the segments they did on part of their show in Dracula's was all about mocking Australian Outback Spectacular, which I thought was very interesting and not really appropriate at the time. So I think there's some jealousy there because obviously Outback Spectacular does amazing job. Look, and again, I haven't been to Dracula's for quite some years now. It would be well over 5 years, maybe longer. Actually, that's why I'm interested to know, because I wouldn't mind checking it out again. I do like the venue. I think it's cool, but the show just needs to keep to their theme. It doesn't need to be rude or crude, because I just think that's not really what you go there for. And yeah, I just think they need to just keep it more just that horror, well, not horror so much, but that Dracula scary kind of theme, rather than going into the crude and rude. That's just my opinion. Anyway. Is it Mary Young fanboy going to Sydney Easter show this year? Yeah, I was looking at a video about all the food that's going to be there. It looks amazing. I can't get down there, unfortunately, but Ryder's going to the 7 p.m. screening with his sister. Is that for Dracula's? Or was that for something else we were talking? Oh, sorry, you were talking about the Nintendo. Gotcha. That'd be cool. And he's going to see it on release day. Zoe says, as worker at Movie World, I think both sides is bad because we have tourists and New Zealanders bringing cash. Yep, that's the good point, Zoe. And the reason for the good reason is the lines are better. Yep, good points there, Zoe. All right, now I just noticed there's a couple of shout outs here and super chats here, so I just wanted to acknowledge those very kind people. So I've got here now. Let me just make sure I get the names right here, and apologies if I don't. I can't actually see. Hang on a minute. I'm just trying to expand. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so there's one there for. Is it? I'm sorry. Is it Alejo Goa? I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. And the other thing is, I can't actually see. Why is it not expanding? Is it Alejo Goason? I'm really sorry, I can't pronounce, and I apologize for that. But thank you. It says shout out. Well, I'm trying. So apologies if I got that wrong, which I think I did. So sorry for that. But thank you so much for the super chat. That is very appreciated. I really do appreciate that for going out of your way and doing that. So I'm sorry I couldn't get your name right, and it's not expanding where your name's written. It's not actually expanding out. Hang on. Yeah, well, unless that is the full. So ALE. So Al Jolgoason. Is that correct? Apologies again if I got that wrong, but thank you very much. And I also wanted to give Simon a shout out as well for the super chat. Simon, Autistic Simon, as your screen name says, you're very kind, and I really appreciate you being on here. And you're very kind and generous, and I really appreciate it. And I just thank you for supporting my channel and for being on the live as well. I know you guys, there's other things to do on Wednesday night, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time to be on here and also to watch my videos and check out my content as well. I do put a good effort into my videos, and that's so hopefully people can get enjoyment out of them, whether it's a laugh, some fun, enjoyment, some value as far as information, that kind of thing. So I like to try and, every video is done with a purpose. At least it's just a quick reel or something, but every video is done with a purpose to give you guys information. So when I go to the parks, I have my purpose to go there is to film this topic today, and that's what I'm doing that day, so that I can put out something that you guys enjoy. So I don't just go and just film nothing and just release it. You know what I mean? Like there's a purpose, like a script. I actually plan out what I'm doing. So hopefully that also shows in the video. So thank you all very much. And Simon, you're very you're too generous, Simon. But thank you again. You're very generous. Thank you so much, Simon, for the second super chat. Your comment there is, if things are cashless, how can I spend my off the books income? Yeah, well, that's that's a good point. Simon, you've done. I mean, I appreciate you, and you're very kind and generous. You've been more than very kind and generous, but thank you so much, Simon. You're saying quick spend this dirty money before they freeze my bank accounts. Sure. But look, and just so you guys know, if I receive any donations like Simon and like the other, I'm sorry, the Alijoa, is it Alijoa son? I'm sorry again if I pronounce that wrong. I know I have. And buy me a coffees. So I have a separate account for Jaggs Journeys. It all goes in there. So every time I want to go and film something different and go to a different attraction or travel and film something different for you guys, or if I need to replace my microphone or something like that, you're actually supporting me and my channel through those very kind donations, and it's so much very much appreciated. And I never expect it either. And look, sometimes weeks go by and there's not a single one, and it's not expected, because what actually helps me significantly is by you guys watching the videos and hitting that like button, and also sharing that with your friends and family who you also think may like and enjoy this content as well. Because I like to get it out there, and if we can share other people that enjoy this content, well, then that's great, and that's what it's all about. And but yeah, anyway, a massive thank you to everyone who supports, again, through watching the videos, liking the videos, sharing the videos, hyping the videos, subscribing to the channel, and asking your friends to subscribe. I want to hit 20,000 subscribers soon, and it's subscribers have been ticking over. It slows down now and then, and it probably is also based around the content. And I work full time, so I'm trying to push out at least one. Well, I do every week. There's a video. Sometimes there's a couple of videos. So I do try hardest to to do plenty there. So anyway, we want to keep it going for everybody. But Simon, you're very generous and kind, as is everyone else who also does a super chat or buy me a coffee, or even just supporting my channel through just watching the content. I appreciate everyone. Honestly, I cannot thank you all enough. It means a lot to me. I just want to try and put content out that everyone enjoys, and hopefully we're doing a good job of that. So, and hey, always like having a chat to people. So if we can do better, or if you have an idea of content that you think that lots of people would enjoy, let me know. Drop me a message. I might have already thought about it. I do have a board, a list of things that I'm planning to do. It's this channel isn't just theme parks. It's predominantly, but it is attractions and events and things, and pop culture like Supernova, Comic Cons, that kind of thing. That's things I love and enjoy. So I like to surround myself with people who also enjoy those things, and we have things in common, right? We can chat about those things, and I know a lot of you see me at Supernovas and that all the time as well, and because I enjoy those, and I love seeing the cosplay, how much effort goes into those costumes. It blows my mind. I wish I could be that creative. It's just incredible. But anyway, I'll see you. Those of you that are going to Supernova, obviously, we'll see you there. Anyway, again, a big thank you. Super big thank you. Super big thank you. All right. If a super chat comes up again, I don't like to miss them or get to them too late. So I really appreciate people that do that, and everyone. Okay, I think I've found where I was at, so that's all cool. Cooper, how you going? Good to see I'm sponsored now. Yeah, look, I'm very lucky. These guys, Little Hampton, sparkling spring water, beautiful, by the way, refreshing. It's not like you're drinking water. So good. Okay, I've got messages coming through as well. Sometimes people who are here on the live will also, some will send me messages at the same time. So sometimes I miss those, but I'm just checking. But no, it looks like something else. So that's okay. But I do have some information. We'll talk about some cool stuff coming up at the parks as well. But I do also want to get to your guys' comments because it's important. You're taking the time to make a comment. I do want to get to your comments. If I miss your comment, again, just pop it in again. So because I'll get to it. You know what I mean? Like I sometimes miss stuff. Anyway. Okay. Is it Lil Hike? Lil Hike, I think it is. Last year, Townsville got approved to build a water park resort in Townsville. Project is worth $150 million. If you would like to see more details, I'll share the link below. Excuse me. Yes, I would. I haven't heard of that happening, so thank you. We'll check that out. Because also the Sunshine Coast, Aussie World, they got their water park coming up. I think they'll be turning the dirt really soon, actually. So, if not already, but that'll probably be a couple of years away, or a year or two probably, to build that whole park. That's exciting for the Sunshine Coast. And of course, the other major theme park that's planned for the Sunshine Coast, it's not 100% finalized or locked in, kind of like an Epcot-esque type design, or a cross between that and, like, if you remember in Brisbane years ago, they had World Expo 88. Some of you may not have been around in 88. I was at World Expo 88 as well. Showcases different countries, and I think that's what they want to do. They want to make it like a fair, like a world fair kind of thing, type of style of park. It'll be pretty incredible and pretty awesome. So if that's approved, like to the time when they're actually starting construction, and again, it might have been already. I might have missed that, but I don't think it's quite over the line. If it is, I'll certainly be trying to keep up to date with construction on that too, and I'll obviously be visiting that from the start because love all that kind of stuff. All right. Riders heading back to Movie World today, tomorrow or Friday. Enjoy. The weather's going to be hot too. Hot couple of days in the Gold Coast. 30 or 33, I think, for Friday. Maybe make sure you sunscreen up and keep the water going, mate. Pauline, do you know what they are doing with the motor coaster at Dreamworld? Well, as we all probably by now may have seen. So Dreamworld's marketing team did a little ad on, I guess it's been on Instagram, maybe TikTok as well, promoting their $99 annual pass, which, by the way, it's been extended and you've got to get that Dreamworld pass for $99. I do think, though, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that $99 pass is only Dreamworld. I don't know. Does that include the water park and Q1 Skydeck? I think it might not. But I could be wrong. I just might have read it wrong or whatever. But anyway, when they did that ad, they showed them barging into Greg's office, and then he's on his computer. But the camera then was positioned behind Greg, and you could see, obviously purposely placed, because if it was confidential, he would never, ever have anything open on his computer that can be seen. That would not happen. So purposely placed picture split screen of Motor Coaster Q current, and then the other side was the same view but rethemed. So I kind of was right when I was saying when I was reading the wording in an email that was sent to me about the next chapter for Motor Coaster. Certainly indicates a retheme. However, I think not just a retheme. I think, yes, retheme, but probably a redesign as well. So, in other words, they're not knocking this flat to nothing and starting from scratch. They're retheming, but probably re-engineering, redesigning, I would say, the ride. I would say, and maybe even extend the ride to make it longer, maybe make it go further out. There's lots of land that could go over the pathway. You could do lots of things with a redesign, a new engineering redesign. I think the announcement also looks like it could be maybe around August. So at this point in time, we just have to sit back and wait and see. They may drop some other Easter eggs or teasers between now and then. I think they probably might, and some of their other little ads they might do, there might be some teasers in there, so we'll have to keep a keen eye on watching for that. But pretty cool the way they did that. Subtle, but definitely on purpose, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, exciting. So that's as far as we know so far. There was a name, I think it was called, was it Hero Discovery or something like that? I haven't got it in front of me open. I think it was something like that. So just getting back to the pass. Thanks, John, for seeing this through. $99 locals. Okay, locals pass. So $99 locals pass. So there is a Dreamworld one and a Dreamworld and Whitewater. Okay, for renewals. For I guess it must be renewals, maybe for 99 as well for Whitewater World and Sky Point, but 149 plus $50 I think incentives for newbies with no previous pass. So that's, I think, yeah, so check out those deals. Thanks, John, again for seeing that through. You can't see that, it's just going to flare out, but anyway, check it out. So $99 flash sale. For a limited time, you can enjoy 12 months of Dreamworld for just $99. A whole year of thrills, animal encounters, family days out, and colorful seasonal fun in one place. Okay, so $99. If you want all three worlds, so if you want to include the water park and the Q1 Sky Deck, it's just an extra $20. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And you can afterpay this as well with 4 installments of $24.75. That makes it so affordable, doesn't it? And, you know, I use that all the time, afterpay, the PayPal 4 payment split thing. Or I use that all the time. You make one payment, you get your goods, and then another 2 weeks, another payment comes out, another 2 weeks, another payment comes out, like when I get paid. So it's good. It's so good. It's so handy. And you're not trying to pay all the stuff up front. So you also, with that All Worlds annual pass, you get the $50 food voucher included with the All Worlds pass. It's pretty good. That's definitely pretty good. No blockout dates either. So yeah, there's some good deals there. I'd definitely recommend checking them all out online if you haven't got a Dreamworld pass. Definitely worth it. Now also, while we're on the topic of Dreamworld, so night markets, let's go back to my messages. John sent me this as well. I saw this, I think I saw it this morning, but John's resent it, which is fantastic. Somewhere, have I lost it? I think I might have lost it actually. Where'd you send it, John? Okay. But anyway, night markets. This Friday night. I think it's just for this Friday. Okay. Thanks, mate. I couldn't remember where he sent it to my phone. I found it. So, retro rides and good vibes this Friday night. If you're in the Gold Coast, go to the Dreamworld night markets. Don't forget, even if you haven't got a Dreamworld pass, it's only $2 to get in. And sure, all the rides are not open. I think there's a couple of rides you can do if you want to pay to go on the flyer, if it's open currently. And the Dodgems, I think it is. So I think the kids' jungle gym might be, jungle area might be open. But yeah, pretty much it's just for food trucks and entertainment. But $2 to get in is pretty good. But there's an old school car show there this Friday, so 27th, which is really cool. So it's the return of the old school car show. This was, I think, planned for a few weeks back, but then it rained like crazy for the few weeks, so they rescheduled it. And it's going to be great because Friday night, the weather's going to be perfect. Beautiful. They're saying also unreal food trucks, live music, and selected rides after dark. Again, you got to pay for those rides. Unless you're a pass holder, you can show your pass. So, yeah, you can soak up the atmosphere as the night market comes to life. Now, sometimes if the car show is big, it'll be in the car park out the front. I'm not sure. Sometimes I'll bring some of the cars inside the park as well. So, not sure how that's going to look. So, you have to get along and check it out this Friday, 27th. Also, SeaWorld Carnival, the last 2 nights are this week as well, Friday and Saturday night. If you're a pass holder for Village Roadshow, you should definitely redeem your free ticket to get along to Carnival. Even if you went just for grab some food and watch that show, it's worth it. It's so worth it. I mean, there's a bit more going on than just that, obviously. But yeah, I tell you, it's so worth it. That show is absolutely incredible. So yeah, last 2 nights, check that out. Something else I've got here for you guys. Let me just find where that message is, and then I'll get back to your comments, guys. So sorry about this. Let me just find where this message got sent to me today. We get a lot through. Okay. Yep, here it is. Okay, so Village Roadshow passes. If you haven't got a pass, you should check this deal out for Village Roadshow. Let me just have a drink of my Little Hampton spring water, sparkling spring water. So good, I'm telling you. So good. Anyway, excuse me. So, if you haven't got a pass, Village Roadshow, you got to get one. There's a deal, and thanks to Michael King for sending this through to me, by the way, today. $179 for a premium Village Roadshow annual pass. So remember, you get all the extra perks with the premium, and you get the night events, except for Friday nights. That's always a separate ticketed event. So this is pretty good. It's about $50 off, and you get a free photo pass for the year included with that. These deals don't come around that often for Village Roadshow theme parks, so I would get onto that really quickly. Pass it on. Check it out. If you, I might actually, I do have a link here, so maybe I will post that link. On Instagram, I might post it on Instagram if it will paste across. I think it will. Other than that, you can probably search that deal, a $179 premium annual pass for Village Roadshow theme parks. But anyway, what a great deal. So check that out. Don't forget, for this Easter, you got Hooray for Hollywood Encore coming out. Now, you've probably noticed from my videos and probably other content creators' posts or videos, there's improvements happening at Movie World around the park, new things getting done. I posted the other day. They got a beauty salon there now at Movie World, Lola's it's called. So they used to always have like a hair wrap person there, just like their own kind of setup. So now, where they were set up, they got the Speed Racer car there, like beautiful permanent display of the Speed Racer car right in that place. Opposite that, next to Frozen Coke, is Lola's beauty salon. So it's basically it's braids and hair wraps. All right. So, but it's done like a salon with a little chair, the mirror, and there's like 3 or 4 of them in there. I think they're double-sided too. Really cool little shop. Looks amazing. The artwork and everything looks great. Just fits the theme. Reminds me of a little bit of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique at Disneyland. The look of it, not quite the whole experience, of course, but pretty awesome. Also, just things that are appearing around the park, like the bat cars, you know, props and things. Like, it's looking really good. And Luke Fritz, who works, he was in socials. Now he's in charge of all basically park thematics. And he's been messaging me about some other cool stuff he's doing, working on the park. I can't share that with you guys right now. You'll see it though, and as it appears in parks, myself and no doubt all the other content creators will spot it, take photos, post it as well, and videos and things. So pretty cool. I got to tell you, there's some cool stuff happening. And the good thing is also they're already setting up for the Hooray for Hollywood event, and they've changed the Memphis Belle display. They've added the Jeep display in there, which looks awesome. So there's some cool stuff happening around there. Also posted some new merch at Movie World Space Jam, the 30th anniversary of Space Jam. They got some new merch out for that. Window displays going on for department store as well. Check out the merch. It looks awesome. So, yeah, quite a few things happening there as well. Good time to get a premium annual pass. What do we got here? Okay. Thanks, John. We've got... I appreciate you seeing this through. So, Aussie World, we can't forget our friends up there at Sunshine Coast. So it's such an awesome park. Aussie World have their famous after dark, like ride the rides at night, but they've got a glow after dark event happening on Saturday. It's the day I'm going to Supernova. So Saturday, April the 11th. I have actually last year I backed this up. I think it was Comic-Con I was at. Left there at like 3, drove for an hour and a half. Excuse me, for a night event at Aussie World. It's a long day though. But anyway, Saturday, April the 11th, night rides. They got a DJ there, and it looks like glow rings and all that kind of gear. From 5:30 p.m. Recommended 12 and over for that. $29 though. $29.95 per person to go to that event. So yeah, it'd be cool if they got the DJ coming there. They got the rides going on. Goes till 9:30 p.m. Unlimited rides under the stars. Live DJ pumping the party beats. That's right. And glow gear, lights, and high energy vibes. Great food and snacks. I'll tell you what, Aussie World has definitely got great food. Some of the best theme park food I've ever had, actually. Well, I must admit, I keep going to the same thing, but all their food's delicious. Their ice creams are amazing. The burgers are incredible and just like really homemade, but big and tasty. And I love burgers with like beetroot and pineapple and all that, and they've got all that kind of gear in the burgers up there. But yeah, they do a great job. So hey, they're not something else to get out to. I don't think I can make that one. I don't know if I will. We'll see, but I don't, because then of course, then I've got to drive 2.5 hours after that back to the Gold Coast. And after you've been at Supernova all day, then driving an hour and a half to Sunshine Coast or to Palmview, and then 2.5 hours back to the Gold Coast at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So it's after midnight. It's a very big day, and not sure if I can, do that, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's great. Thanks for sending that through. All right. Let's just go back to the comments, because I know plenty of you have been making comments, and I appreciate that. And thanks for listening to me jabbering on there. I think. Let me just check this out here. Yeah. And look, I can't go too far back, so I'm probably going to miss some. Just post your comment again, guys. I've been blabbing on, and you guys have been making more comments, and now it's just gone so far. So, please know one thing. I do appreciate every single person making comments, and as you know, feel free to send me DMs on Instagram. I will always reply. It may not be instantly because I work full time, and I usually look at it at night time, but I'll always usually get back to you. So there, always will. Okay, I found where I'm at actually, so we're good. We're good. Okay, that was good. Some good updates there, though. Eh? Okay. Not only do I like amusement and theme parks, I'm also into public transport as well. Cool. Yeah. Look, I mean, so many people like, trains. Trains. I know there's some very good subscribers of mine who I saw them on here, and I haven't got to your comment yet, Michael. I did see you. I'm pretty sure I saw it come up. I'll get to you. Sorry about that. Michael, who's one of our subscribers and followers, and I've met them several times, and awesome people, I'll tell you. He's actually a train, pardon the pun, trainer, a driver trainer. So he's the driver, but he's the senior person that trains all the drivers as well. And yeah, interesting person to talk to as well about that. But yeah, lots of buses and trains and ferries, and are very interesting things because they're different modes of transport. And yeah, definitely a lot of people make videos on those things as well. Sue is she says, "Hope you." How are you, Sue? Sorry, took a while to get to your comment. Hope you're taping maths. Yeah, we've got the what is it? The streaming, the 9 now, so I can just go back and start watching it from the beginning. So yep, I think it automatically happens in the background. I will be watching that tonight. Don't worry. Don't you worry about that. I mean, people go, "You watch maths?" As a family, we watch it. So like my wife is working different hours and things like that as well. So once she comes back home and then has something to eat, and then we'll sit down and we'll watch it. We don't sleep much, by the way. So last night I don't think we slept at all. My wife had actually a very early start this morning, which means I have a very early start. I take her to work. It was still dark, put it that way, and I didn't even go to bed till probably close to 1 o'clock, and it was only a few hours later. But anyway, and then I got to drive all day. Anyway, we make do. Hey Shane, you might see me at Supernova. Oh, cool. Make sure. Yeah, I'll probably see you, Ileana. And if you see me first, just yell out. Are you going to be a character from Hasbin Hotel? Well, if you want to be, I like to feature in my video people that have taken the effort to do cosplay, providing you yourself, or you have permission to be, if you want to be featured on my video, because I generally don't put people in my videos, but at Supernova I do, because it's about the cosplayers, but obviously with their permission. I don't put anyone on there unless I'm just doing a crowd pan shot. Obviously I'm going to get people in the shot, not specifically, but just a pan shot. But other than that, anyone who features in the video, I have their permission to show them, and they say yes, I'm happy to be on YouTube, and they get my sticker and they know where to find it as well. So but yeah, cool. We'll see you with that for there. Spencer, the war can't be good for the new Six Flags in the Middle East. Yeah, I was thinking that too, Qadr City. Although Turkey, I mean, yeah, it's the airspace and the travel situation. I don't think they'll be getting many. They'll be getting locals. They're not directly in the line of fire, I suppose. So as far as I know, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're still trading that, but it would be a local trade more so. So yes, the international. So obviously all the American YouTubers and TikTokers. Remember, in the America, TikTokers you get paid for TikTok over there. You don't get paid here on TikTok at all. There's no monetary thing other than sponsorship offers, but there's no. You don't get paid, but they get paid. So a lot of them do that short form content, TikTok, because they get paid on that. Probably some of them do that more than YouTube. They'll have YouTube as well, but it's not their main focus, because I think they get better revenue for TikTok. But it was good to see like heaps of them, and Theme Park Worldwide and all those other people go to that park on opening day or opening week, and it was good to see that they all got there, because now it's going to be a little while, I think, before it's safe to head back to that region, and let alone all the parks over there. I mean, I would love also to go to Dubai, or that park too, but Dubai, all the parks in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, love to, but you can't travel at the moment. Well, I know there's some flights there, but you're flying into a war, so you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. Not safe. So, yeah, I hope that gets all sorted really soon. So yes, that would definitely be impacting them. And only way it could hurt our Aussie parks is, I guess, around August, we get a lot of Middle Eastern attendants, tourists in the Gold Coast, because it's so hot over there that they escape that to our winter, which is beautiful weather, as you all know, and it's very, 20 to 25 or whatever. It's pretty good. It's nice and cool for them. They love it. So I think that could hurt that bit of international tourism, not just for the theme parks, but for the Gold Coast, or Australia probably as well, or anywhere in the world, actually. But other than that, unless we get parts for stuff from around there, yeah. Oh, okay. So is it Ole 85? Abel, I'm flying off to Japan this Monday with the family and the kids. Unfortunately, we had it booked a year ago. Hopefully it goes well. I think Japan's okay for travel. I think the advisory is still okay for Japan travel. You'll be fine. Yeah, I know it's a lot closer than what we are to that area, but I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be okay. Just keep an eye on, obviously, the what's it called? The Smart Traveler. Keep an eye on that. But I hope you have an awesome time. I can't wait. I want to go to Japan one day too. I haven't been before. Really want to go there. I want to do Disney Sea, Universal Studios, of course, and then obviously there's other theme parks in Japan. But of course, you can't go to Japan and not see the culture, right? You have to go to the temples, and you have to see the history, and I'd want to see Mount Fuji. I want to go on the Shinkansen. I want the bullet train. Try different foods, that kind of thing. You got to experience, and that's why it saddens me that there's wars and stuff going on. How cool would it be to be able to go to a country like Iran, if it was a very safe place, and experience culture, food, because food's over there. Like, I watch a lot of food vloggers, and that have been to a lot of those sort of places through the Middle East, and the food, like, blows your mind how amazing the foods are there, what they cook, how they make it, the passion. I love it, the colors. So, yeah, the world just needs to hug. I don't know, something. I don't know. Like those Disney movies, when you're watching the movies, and you got the goodies and then you got the baddies, and then there's villains, in other words, and then there's things happen in the movie, and then all at the end of the movie, the goodies win, and the villains are tied up and taken away by the police. And then when the credits are rolling, everyone's dancing at the end. All the villains are dancing. Everyone's dancing together. That's what needs to happen in the world. Everyone just needs to get together and have a good dance. You know what I mean? I don't know. You're probably laughing at me again. What is he on about? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, I just wish things could be safe and stuff, and peace. Everyone just needs to get on. Enjoy each other's cultures and backgrounds and ways, and just experience it. Anyway, Luna Park Sydney is also cashless as well. Okay, interesting to know that. Thanks for sharing that with us all here today. So Luna Park as well. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty widespread thing. Hey, Michael, he's got to drive to Sydney on Friday for Jamboree. That's right. To race my car. Not looking forward to the fuel bill. Yeah, that's right. We were saying earlier on, if you work out the difference that you're spending per tank of gas and divide that over a week, it may only be like $7 or $8 a day. I know it's different when you're driving to Sydney. You're probably going to go through a couple of tanks of gas, I would imagine. I've never driven it, so I'm thinking it would be at least a whole full tank, if not more, depending on your vehicle. And of course, your race car takes obviously fuel and lots of it, I'd imagine, too, over the weekend. Well, hopefully, you get some wins there, and it was all worth it. So, mate, I wish you all the very best for Sydney and for the racing, and let me know how you go. That'd be cool. And then you're off with Maya for aquarium at Sydney Zoo and Easter show. Man, that's so cool. Mate, that's awesome. I hope you have an awesome time down there. Yeah, I'd love to get down there. I mean, unfortunately, I've got to work. So got too much going on at work. I'm supposed to actually go overseas, but to New Zealand for a family event. But yeah, getting time off, and also the price of the fares at the moment to New Zealand. I could go to Florida, so probably won't go. All right. I hope there's a bit of friendly banter going on, Sue and Pauline. I hope that's friendly banter. Ileana, hey Shane, I might be late on the 8th of April. Excuse me, because season 5 of The Boys come out. Okay, that's fine. Not a problem at all. Like, remember, these lives are recorded, and you can watch them later as well. I know it's not the same as interacting at the time, but you can also watch it as well. But that's okay. Again, there's things like maths. There's sometimes there's rugby league on. Sometimes people have got things with the family, and that's all cool. I just love it when people get the time, jump on here, and it's all about the interaction, Q&As, chatting about what's happening in the theme parks, or what around the world, what have you. If you've been somewhere like interesting, let us know. It'd be cool to ask questions about that as well. Hey Leanne, absolutely should accept cash. Cash is king. Yep, true. That's right. It's legal tender too, right? So there you go. It's legal tender. Yes, I'm sort of, like I was saying before, a little bit disappointed that they've gone completely. I think they could put the signs up and say, well, we're completely cashless, but I think if someone says, hey, I need to pay cash, they should still be able to accept that. Maybe they will. I should test that out when I'm there next. We shall see. Lentastic says, when I went to the States last November, I only used cash for tips for the room service staff. Yeah, that's right. You have to use cash for them, don't you? And then, I'm the same. I always leave. I normally leave like $5 a day just for the housekeeping, right? So I always feel if I don't leave a cash tip, then maybe something might disappear from my room. I don't know. I don't know. Probably not, but you just don't know. Okay, so one of the very kind people who gave me a super chat before, I had trouble. I couldn't see all of your name, so I'm gonna, and I can see it now. Now that you've said, "Hey, Jaggs Journey," so hey, thanks for saying hi. Thank you also for the super chat. Now, again, I'm really sorry if I get this wrong. So, is it Alajol? Sorry. Alajagawa, is that correct? Alajagawa, is it Sony or Sunny Sab Fan 2026? So yes, Alajologoa, Sunny or Sony Sab Fan 2026. Again, apologies, I'm having trouble pronouncing that, so I apologize for that, but I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. A big hi to you, and thanks for jumping on. Thank you for the super chat once again. And Simon, yes, again, Autistic Simon, he's another very, very kind person, and I appreciate your support and very generous super chats as well. The cashless situation is just a public. It's just like public buses no longer taking cash and accepting transport cards and bank cards only. Yeah, that's true. I think though for those things it kind of makes sense because you know I think it is unsafe for them to have cash. But in a venue, in an enclosed venue like a theme park, I don't think it's as bad. But anyway, you still have the option of using top up machines as certain cash as certain machines still take cash for transport cards. Okay, interesting to know. Matt, saying yeah, no need to be rude and pick on people's names. That's right. There's no need for that. I'm sure that was someone just trying to be a little bit humorous, but so yeah, I'm sure there's nothing in it, Matt and Sue. I know actually I've met Pauline. She's a lovely person. So, and she's a bit of a joker. I gotta say, in a good way. What do we got here? I was traumatized when I went to Dracula's with school. I was a kid. It was the kids' version. I was terrified. They made us wait in the sun as well, and they sprayed us with water guns. Yeah, it's not good when they do that. But yeah, they do have a kids' version, don't they? And hopefully it's probably better than the adult version. To be honest with you, I hope it is. Okay. And the no cash buses has been around since COVID. Yeah, it has been a while, hasn't it? Uliana, I went to Outback with school, and I think it went to the Anzac one. Oh, yeah, that's right. They do have that specific show there around this time, don't they? Okay. Okay. Zoe, hopefully you'll go to Hawaii, Shane, in the future and see what I saw in the movie film tour. Zoe, yes. You're very lucky to have been to that, and I would love to do that Hawaii tour, although it's very unfortunate what's happened with the weather events at the moment in Hawaii, Honolulu. Huge amount of flooding there. One of the worst flooding they've ever had in a long, long time. That happens to certain places here as well from time to time. But yes, Jurassic Park obviously was filmed there, and many other movies as well. So I would love to do that definitely one day as well. So yeah, you're very lucky, Zoe, that you've done that one. So yes, hopefully we'll get to that. Writer saying, well, for me, my to-do list: go to Movie World, stay home. Go to Movie World, stay home. Go to Movie. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Seafire 2026 is scheduled for Saturday, the 20th of June. Thank you for letting us know about that. Is it Lil Hike? Saturday, 20th of June. Mark that in your calendars. Seafire. Now, is that the Gold Coast Seafire or the Brisbane one? Is that Seafire? Seafire. That'd be Gold Coast, I think. Let me know. I think you're right. Hey, Family Odyssey. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, life's all right, mate. Heading up our way mid-July. Excellent. First week back of school. Do you have any idea what the parks are like in July? Okay, so is it after the school holidays? Because if it is, it's pretty good. Weather's good usually as well. Cooler, but nice days usually. So, again, like I always say, just check your ride maintenance schedules. If it's during the holidays, the June, July holidays aren't as busy as the like September holidays, and definitely not as busy as December, January. But they're still steady like most days. Like, you know, there will be wait times and things. But if it's after the holidays, is that what you said? That's after the first week back of school. You're coming up after that, so probably be okay. Just check your ride maintenance schedules at the parks you're visiting, just so you don't get disappointed when you get here. Just so you know, oh, that one's definitely not going to be open. That's cool. Yeah, but that's awesome. riders off now. See you at the parks. Yep. We will either see you at the parks or on the next journey. Zoe's getting sleepy. Hope I'm not making you sleepy with boring talk, chit chat. But thank you, Zoe, for jumping on tonight. You can jump off whenever you feel like. That's perfectly fine. I appreciate you jumping on. You have a good night, and we'll see you next time at the parks. What if you already have a premium pass? You usually, if you have a premium pass already, when your pass is due for renewal, they'll usually have a renewal offer. But I'll probably just check with them on that one and just ask the question. Lone Wolf Productions. What's with the sunnies? These are actually prescription glasses, so I need them to, and it's what I wear when I'm in the parks. It's Jaggs Journeys, right? But these are prescription. I need them to read. I can't read without those. So, yeah. Hey, Jamie. Looking forward to the upcoming Behind the Thrills. Yes, absolutely. Yep, we're doing well. Thank you. Hope you're doing well too, mate. I think it's going to be a great day, a jam-packed day. We've got to keep everyone moving on the day all together, a large group of us, but it's going to be fun. So, we're looking forward to that. Absolutely. Where is it safe to travel? Yeah, good question. Look, probably at the moment, it's probably safe to travel. I mean, definitely like in the Pacific, New Zealand, obviously. Definitely some of the Asian countries. I mean, I know that's a lot closer, but it's not like, I think Singapore, that should be fine. Japan, I think, is definitely fine. China probably is okay. Again, check Smart Traveler for any travel warnings. But I think if the US is still safe, even though some people might not want to go there because I think that the US might be a target or whatever. But I think at the moment it says on the Smart Traveler it's safe to travel. It's considered safe to travel there now. So again, it's just up to you personally. Me right now, I haven't got the money to go anywhere like that right now. But if I did, I'd be going. Like if I was going to US now, I'd probably not go to US right now, just because of the tension between the US and Iran. I just don't like where that's heading at the moment, and nowhere's going to be safe. But I think totally safe. But I think we're reasonably safe down here. So stay put for now. That's what for me. But I think there's still a lot of safe places. The thing is a lot of people are hitting places like Thailand and that, but I did see, I don't know if it's real, of course. I did see widespread panic going on in Thailand with petrol, and they've already capped $20 limits on their petrol, or the equivalent of $20 roughly. And I think some tourists have been trying to get places, but the queues to the service stations are massive, and the cars have been running late, and they have to stop and get multiple petrol stops because they can only get $20 at a time, and the distance is longer, things like that. So there's impacts there. I was talking to someone today, one of my customers who's from India, and he was telling me that pretty much India is out of petrol. I don't know. Again, I haven't confirmed that if that is exactly the case. But geez, if that is the case, that's alarming. I could have some more of this Little Hampton sparkling spring water. Hepburn spring water, established 1876. Yes, it's in a can. Delicious, refreshing. It's like you're not drinking water, honestly. It's like you're drinking a soft drink, but just you feel so refreshed. So much so that I have another one I prepared earlier. Absolutely. Got to keep hydrated. All right. once again, I really appreciate everyone's comments and interactions on the live. All right, try and keep you all engaged, but a little bit longer before we have to go and watch maps. Finish up for the night. All right, so what have we got here? Heading to Japan in September. This is Mickey Squire with my son. Can't wait. I'm a history buff. That's cool. And learning a little bit of Japanese before I go. Excellent, mate. It's, as we know, plenty of history in Japan, and how amazing would it be to just check all that out? Like, I'm a theme park guy. I do like looking at a little bit of the historical side of things. When I visited Singapore, we went to a couple of temples and that as well, and I found them very interesting. I think I only filmed one of them inside anyway. But yeah, just incredible. But Japan would be incredible. I hope you have an awesome time. The good thing is, we've got the translator apps and things now on phones. Excuse me. So it makes it easier, I guess, to go to a place like that. You can hold your phone up to a sign and it'll translate it into English right in front of your eyes, so you can read the sign if it's not in English. Although I think a lot of signs in most countries now, even China, have English and Chinese, or if it's Japan, obviously Japanese and that as well. Singapore was the same. It was pretty much mostly English. And then I think it was, I think it's Chinese, or it might be Singaporean. I think it's similar. But yeah, you can get around all right. But those translator apps are good too. You can even speak into it and it will translate, and it'll voice it in Japanese to a person if you want to, if you're having trouble with the language yourself. So when I get to Japan one day, that's exactly what I'll be using. I can speak a little bit of Japanese, more greetings and that. It's not in just the odd word, nothing like proper conversations. So anyway, you'll love it and enjoy it. So it sounds interesting. Isabella Ward says, I'm heading to Brisbane in April for my birthday. Want to know the best places to see and to do. It depends what you like, I guess. If it's just Brisbane you're going, I live in the Gold Coast, so I could pretty much tell you everything to do around the Gold Coast. Brisbane, look, for food, I would definitely suggest, there's so many beautiful restaurants. Don't get me wrong. Depends on what you like. I would just Google up, you can check what the Google star ratings are for those restaurants, and you can look at the feedback. I would just do that for restaurants. Each street is worth doing. It's a destination. It's in a place called Hamilton on the North Shore. It's like street food markets, but really upmarket. When I say upmarket, there's like neon lights and beautiful fairy lights and lighting, entertainment. It's a real venue for everything. You can get literally any kind of food there. And it's a massive venue as well. And they have permanent like shops and stalls and everything. It's just so well done, and it's worth a visit for sure. If you got kids, I'm not sure if you do or not, but there's obviously Bluey's World up there for the little kids though. It's close to the Gold Coast, so there's the theme parks here, of course. There's a whole heap of other attractions. If you're not sure, if you search on my channel, I've got a video out, 35 attractions you can do in Surfers Paradise. So that's just in Surfers. So there's so many more. That's not even all of the attractions. There's jet boat rides, there's parasailing. There's so much more than just what's on that video. Brisbane, again, depends what you want to do. There's South Bank, there's the museums. Excuse me. There is just literally so much. But it depends what your likes and interests are, really. You can almost pretty much tailor what you do based on that. So when did you say you're going? In April? Okay, so I'm just trying to think. You can just search also what's on in Brisbane in April, and like Facebook usually is the best place for that, and events, and they'll just list everything. I would suggest that as well. So yeah, but if you've got if you say what's the best shopping center to visit, or is there outlet shopping centers? Yes, there is. Just there's a few actually. So you can just send me a message on Instagram, and like for more specifics, I'm just sort of being a bit broad here, but yeah, and I can sort of try and navigate around. There's casinos, there's pubs, there's nightclubs. It depends on what you want to do, I guess. But there's certainly plenty to do in Brisbane, around the city, and surrounding areas. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy it anyway. I'm not sure where you're from, but I think you'll enjoy it. Jay of Oceana says, late to chat. That's all right. Thanks for jumping in. In case you haven't spoken about it, did you see the rumored Easter egg from Dreamworld? Yes, we did speak about that a little earlier on. And like I was saying before too, initially when I got the email about Motor Close to closing, the way they worded the email to me, which I don't think it was the same as maybe other people got, I don't know, but it said that they were closing it, so making room for the next chapter for Motor Coaster's next chapter. So that reading between the lines indicated to me that there was the next. When you say the next chapter for that ride, means a retheme or a re-engineer or getting redone, and it looks like that's what they're actually doing. So I would say it would involve some re-engineering and redesign as well, and potentially an extension of that ride. So they've got other land, so that the ride can go up another lift hill and can go over a pathway. It can go to all that other land. They could make that ride something quite amazing, but utilizing the current load stations and maybe track, but maybe they would change out the track. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, I think it's again, I haven't got it open in front of me. I think it was called Hero Discovery. I think is the name of it. So it's exciting. I believe they'll announce that maybe August, from what we sort of understand. But yeah, it's exciting that there's things happening. But it's a pretty smart move to just subtly put that into their little ad for something different, and knowing that people are going to zoom in and go, "What's that on this computer?" That's funny but it's good. So yeah, pretty exciting. Trump has to send the love first. He does. Isabella Ward loves my videos so much. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. I'm glad you love the videos. It makes me feel good when people enjoy. I do spend a bit of time on the videos. I got to tell you, when I go to the park, I go, like I was saying before, I go with a purpose. I go with this video this week is going to be this topic. So, and then I plan it out like a movie has a script. Like, they don't just rock up to a location and go, let's just film some stuff and some people talking and hopefully a movie pans out. It's all pre-planned that I have to do that to make a video make sense and give you the information I'm trying to show, in a video. And that's why whenever I'm at the parks, I'm going around. I've got in my head written down also what I've got to do and get done, and then I spend usually about 6 or 7 hours editing that to make it flow and understandable and easy to watch, and hopefully fun to watch as well. So giving information. So glad you like them. It's appreciated. I know there's a lot to choose from these days. There's more content creators out there than there ever has been. So just about every week there seems to be someone new popping up, and I know you've got a choice of plenty to choose from. So thank you. That's appreciated. Taronga Zoo has been cashless since COVID. That's interesting. They can only accept it if you want to buy a gift card for use in the loo. The zoo. In the zoo. Annoying for overseas guests. And yeah, you're right, actually, yes. Because, a lot of people, when they travel, they go, well, I've got to take cash. They don't want to use their card. They don't want to get the fees, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, yeah. Thanks, Matt. Matt's saying he's going to shoot off. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it, mate. See you in the parks. But yeah, so I think a lot of people, I know when I travel overseas, always take some cash, because you kind of think, well, there'll be opportunities or times where I need to pay cash for something. Might be at a street market or a vendor or something, they don't have credit card. So there's that option too. So you got to have almost now. You got to have a split of both. A split of both. Simon. I think yes, Simon. You've been so generous, and you've even more been generous, Simon. Thank you, Simon. I can't thank you enough. I appreciate you so much. Your comment is that, so thank you for the super chat. I mean, I know there is a motel across the road from Movie World, but why have they never built the typical theme park hotels at Movie World or Dreamworld? 100%. That's absolutely right. And you know what? And over the years, we've seen announcements and we've seen artwork and all the hype. Like, this is coming. We're doing it. And then it just fizzles out to a distant memory, doesn't it? And then we're like, hey, what happened to that? Wasn't there going to be a hotel there? What happened to the hotel? It goes quiet. We don't hear anything. No update. No, this is what's happening. Nothing. So, yeah, it's, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's a significant investment, for one. And if there is a like a COVID again or something, you know, then it's a massive probably loss if it's not making any money for a while. Although, you know, they'd be smart about their marketing, would be like, let's market this locally heavily, because their biggest market is obviously domestic market. So that's who they've got to market that to. Even locals, hey, come stay for a night or two, enjoy the buffet, or enjoy some of the character entertainment we've got at the hotel. Like, they've got to definitely do stuff like that. Like you say, a theme park hotel has to remind you of the theme park, and you have to be able to go down to the buffet and see, like at Disneyland, you can meet Goofy and see the characters while you're having breakfast. I mean, I love that. I love, how good is that? We need to do that here, like at Stars Cafe. They're doing a good job of that, and improving upon that too. And if we did a motel or a hotel, it's got to be theme park. Yeah, it can't just be a generic hotel. It has to be theme park hotel, doesn't it? It has to be. So yeah, definitely plans. Now, Dreamworld, I know we've seen a bit of announcements and things of expansion and things like hotels and all that around Dreamworld. Now, if you're familiar with the area, so what's the best way to explain this? If you're not from here, okay. So if I'm standing in Dreamworld's car park, but looking at Dreamworld in front of me, and to my right, if I look over to my right, is Whitewater World. If I walk or jump in the car and drive around behind Whitewater World, out onto the street out there, there's a 7-Eleven, an older 7-Eleven, and there's a little block of shops there. There's like a takeaway. I think it's called Hungy Pit there. There's, what else is there? I think it's opposite a school. All of that is going to get demolished soon. Everything, 7-Eleven included. I don't know if that's been announced anywhere, but I know that's going to happen. And the Hungy Pit, everything there's going to be gone. Potentially, and now I'm not saying it's definite, but that's going to be part of, I believe, some kind of significant development for Dreamworld, or not just for Dreamworld, but for this area. It may include that might be the side of the hotel. I'm not saying it's going to be. It could be, or some kind of something, might be apartments. I don't know, but there's going to be something there built there. So watch that space as well. But excuse me, Simon. Yes, good point, Simon. It's we're all anxiously waiting for this theme park themed hotel. 100%, we're waiting for that. So Dreamworld or Movie World or both, right? So SeaWorld has theirs, which they've had for years, attached. They do a good job of that too, by the way. So, yep. As soon as I hear anything as well, I'll always post something on the channel. So whether it be on my Instagram, make sure you give us a follow if you're not already following. But I'll certainly, share the posts that they put up on all that kind of stuff. So because we all want to keep updated on this. And if any of you guys on here quite often you might hear something way before me. Just flick it to me as well. And if you're okay for me to share it, I'll share it to everyone so that we can all go, hey, there's going to be a hotel definitely on the site, or it's definitely going ahead, or they've just dug the first hole, whatever it is. But we're waiting for that time. We're waiting for that time. So yeah. But again, Simon, I'm very thankful, and you're very kind and generous, and I sincerely appreciate you supporting me and the channel. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm going to work back on some comments backwards. Here. If Dreamworld got accommodation, what do you reckon would be better, a hotel style or a resort? Probably, well, see, our version of a resort is probably different from like America. Like, if I think resort, I think something up in the Whitsundays, you know what I mean? Or like, you know what I mean? Like tropical island kind of thing. But I think a hotel is the best option because it's a numbers game. So they want to fill that hotel with lots of people. So it needs to be a hotel where they can just have a stack of rooms, but then have things like restaurants and entertainment and things that keep them there as well, and entertained as well outside of theme park hours. Brody Numby says, God bless you. Thank you very much. That's appreciated. I appreciate that. You too. A family odyssey. Cheers, mate. Visiting after June, July holidays. Driving up from Melbourne. Mate, that should be fine. Yeah, after the holidays, it'd be good. Just check that ride maintenance. That's all I reckon for that one. So, and obviously safe drive. I think I wouldn't mind doing that one day. A road trip, and the petrol's a bit cheaper. Do you reckon if Dreamworld got a water ride, do you think it would make sense to put it in Ocean Parade? It would make sense from a theming perspective, absolutely, but there's just no space there realistically, unless it went like out the back, like where Thunderbolt used to be, and there's land out there, kind of, unless it somehow flowed through that way. Then yes, potentially through that end would be ideal. But I think, yeah, it would probably be more down that other back end where all the space is, the rest of the space. The shop that's next to Motor Coaster, do you expect that they may potentially knocking it down? I don't think so. I think that, if anything, we may just get another retheme to that. I don't think it'll get knocked down. The only time I think that'll get knocked down if they were going to do a complete redevelopment of the whole entire space. Then the shop might need to be like in a different angle or whatever the case may be. But if they're just going to utilize existing framework, essentially, I don't think they'll be going anywhere. But if we see and hear anything, we'll let everyone know for sure. Stormfan27, show the people who you really are. So many people, like I meet people all the time. When I talk to them in person, I usually always take my sunnies off anyway, because there's a prescription. I need it to read the comments. So I have to read. I can't read without that. I found an out of event Ipswich Easter show, 5th of April. Okay, cool. Yeah, they normally have pretty good events up there, actually. Each Street's brilliant. A must do. Love the Japanese pancakes. Oh, how good. Yes, Each Street is just a destination and an experience. Hey, Shane, you are amazing YouTuber. Thank you very much. I was wondering, do you have any favorite YouTubers yourself that inspire you? Also, God bless you and your family. Again, thank you, Brody Numby. I appreciate that very much. Very kind of you saying those things, kind words. Yes, you're quite true. I have, so probably the main YouTuber that actually inspired me and got me started was actually Adam the Woo from the USA, who unfortunately just passed away December. And he was the same age as me. passed away in his sleep, thankfully, at his house, not whilst he was overseas somewhere. Yeah, shocking loss. Like such a. I mean, I didn't meet him, but I often send him messages, and I'm not going to say he replied all the time, but he replied occasionally, and that's pretty cool. I've literally was watching his videos. I reckon since he started doing videos, he just left his job. He just started in his van, living in his van, and doing abandoned locations. And I was watching the abandoned locations, and then he'd throw in a theme park video here and there, and like I'm like just watched him over the years. But then when Justin Scard came onto the scene with him as well, and Random Land, I was watching him from the very beginning as well. So probably a combination, those two guys were my very first probably YouTubers that got me inspired and interested in that. And because I love the USA theme parks and attractions and things. So I was like, I love this stuff. So, and I do like abandoned locations too. So I was watching all of that. And then, I guess, having worked at theme parks here for a while and always been around theme parks, and traveled overseas to theme parks, just decided once I actually left working the theme parks that I might give this a go. Just give it a go. And of course, my first videos were absolute rubbish, but you got to start somewhere. And I'm not saying I'm perfect now. I'm not, but you got to start somewhere. And they pretty much got me started. I do follow obviously a number of the USA vloggers, which inspire me like every day. I was very fortunate enough to meet German in Venice, GIV, a couple of years ago when I went over to Hollywood. We hung out at Universal Studios for the day, almost a day, and just again, he's a little bit older than me, but he does the content that I love as well. Everything that he does is just stuff I would love to be doing, but of course we don't have a lot of those filming locations type things here. Not like that, like Back to the Future and all that. But all the stuff he pretty much does is like I just love his content, and he's awesome. And I met him, and we get on. And today, like 2 years on, we still chat to each other. Like, send messages. We send voice messages actually to each other. So, like it's pretty cool. I guess when you kind of have the same interests and things, and he was blown away. I'm pretty sure he was blown away because we're hanging out at Universal, and he's got like, I don't know, now he's got, geez, how many subscribers would he have? He would have hundreds of thousands. I think he's up to, like, let me have a quick look. I think 400,000 maybe. Like he's up there, solid. So he's got 429,000 subscribers. German in Venice. I mean, so he hasn't been going as long, but I started following him from near his beginnings as well. Just came across him one day. I'm like, I like this content. And just, drop a message now and then and that. And again, when I got to meet him, we hung out and we just had fun, and so, and we catch up. We chat, I don't know, maybe every few weeks or a month or so. It just depends what's going on. He's busy, I'm busy, but he's definitely one of my favorite YouTubers as well. I just love his content, love his style, and we like the same likes, if you like. So, and both doing YouTube. But anyway, when we were hanging out at Universal, and then this family comes up to me, and they're like, I thought they were coming up for him, but they were from Australia, and they from Perth, I think, or WA, and they're like, oh my God, we follow your channel, we subscribe. Oh my God, can we get a photo with you and that? And he was like, oh, well, they know you. I'm like, yeah. And again, that's part of there's a few comments like your glasses and stuff, but that's the thing, right? When you see me on the video, you see the hat, the glasses, the shirt. You see me in the theme parks, there I am. You see me in the live stream, there I am. So it's the whole It's the package. That's why that's what it is. So recognizable. And yeah, so all the way over there. And I even had someone else last year when I was in Florida message me like, "Hey, weird question, but by any chance are you at Universal Studios Florida?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." They're like, "We just saw you." I'm like, "Wow." There you go. So yeah, he was pretty like wow, people come up to you even in America, you know. So yeah, I even had some other USA people come up when I was in Florida as well. While I was at Islands of Adventure, who followed the channel. So crazy. So yeah, you just don't know who's watching the videos, I guess. So yeah, so that's how I kind of got into it, I guess. And I just love really showcasing. So my style is obviously showcasing what's available at the theme parks, what you can do and see, what events are coming up, new rides and attractions, all that kind of stuff. Other people have other focuses, you know, more about the rides and things like that. I try and just cover everything off. If you're going to visit or thinking of visiting, you get the full picture, and hopefully you get some genuine feedback and information. And this channel is positive, by the way, so I'm not going to show negative. I don't want negative stuff on the channel. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. I really want to meet Riley's son. That's so mid at the theme park. Riley doesn't have a son. I'm not sure. So yeah. So Riley is that so mid. He's I think he's like 27, 28. I think he looks younger, but that's his age. He's in his late 20s. And then like if you're talking about the theme park cartel, like myself and there's Riley, that's so mid, and there's Adrian from AU Theme Park Fan. So we're friends. We hang out. We do a podcast together. We're arranging this event together as well. But no, if Riley had a son, he would probably be like a little kid, I would say. But he doesn't have a son, so yeah, I'm not sure if that's what you were getting at or not. But yeah. Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary has something called Wonderland for the Easter school holidays. Okay, thanks for letting everyone know, Liana. So for those of you that are heading to the Gold Coast and want to go to Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary, so she says they've got Wonderland for Easter school holidays from the 3rd to the 19th of April, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. daily. So it must be just something for the morning there. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure there'll be definitely people heading over there and checking it out. Also, you just reminded me too, the Street Food Festival is back. So we've seen all these food influencers been invited to Dreamworld to sample all this beautiful food. My invite must still be in the mail, or it must have got lost, I guess. But anyway, so the food this year looks even more delicious and creative and interesting and than ever before. So quite excited for this. So this is on during the whole entire April school holidays at Dreamworld. You know, just it's on whilst there's no extra fee to get into Dreamworld during that time. It's just on while you're there. Obviously, you just pay for the food that you want to have. You can buy some food passes. I did feature probably a couple of videos back, my Dreamworld video, a couple of videos back. I did a feature on what you can get in terms of the passes for that event, and you can get some sampler passes. I think there's worth doing. There's some good value in those, so check them out online. You can buy them online or in park as well. So yeah, lots of cool things happening, I guess. And obviously at Movie World's got the Hooray for Hollywood event, April school holidays, the encore event. So would mean and would indicate that it's the same event put on again for the holidays. So that's cool. Pauline says, yes, when you storm come through. Oh, sorry. When the storm comes through, internet got knocked out all around Movie World. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. When the cyclone or the tornado, that's right. Everything went out. So if we were cashless, which they are, and all the internet got, that's right, it was out for ages. So there'd be no one about to buy anything. They would have to have a cash option at that time, otherwise they wouldn't survive that. I mean, they they can't not make money, right? So for sure, for sure. Um, oh, a couple of messages come through. Maybe it's from one of you. Let's have a look. It is. So John, thank you. Very much appreciate you sending this through. So John's just given us an update. John's on the live here as well. Coomera Lodge Hotel for people on holiday. So the Coomera, now this is this the one that's like opposite, like directly opposite Dreamworld by the roundabout? I think it is, but unless I'm wrong, it could be in another location. I could be getting the name wrong. But anyway, Coomera Lodge Hotel, or maybe it's the one further back a bit. But what do they got here? Easter Kids Disco on Sunday, the 5th of April, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Get ready for big beats, bunny hops, and all the fun you can handle this Easter Sunday. DJ Hartley Love, is bringing the tunes, the kids, and bringing the energy, and we're bringing everything else. Bubbles, a jumping castle, face painting, Easter eggs, lollies, street food trucks, and market stalls. That sounds pretty cool. Did we mention it's all free entry because it's all free entry? That's what it says. Stick on some bunny ears and let your little ones dance, bounce, snack, and sparkle their way through the afternoon. Bring the kids, put on your dancing shoes, and make it Easter Sunday worth remembering. Like I was saying, everyone just needs to dance. Awesome. Thanks for sending that through. So if you've got kids, you want to head to the Kids Easter Disco at the Coomera Lodge Hotel, Easter Sunday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. I think you got to book it. Get online and check that one out. Thanks, John, for sending that through. Something different. So if you're in the area or local, or if you're on holiday even, check it out. For your Dreamworld, you can go there afterwards. Down the back of Coomera and there where I am. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So not directly opposite Dreamworld. Like it's back. Search it up online, you'll find the location. So that's good. Awesome. Thanks again for seeing that through. Lots of cool things happening. Okay, so we got here. Sam Clark, yeah. Hi, Jaggs. Always appreciate your great efforts on streams and videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate your comments. Thank you. Do you think our parks on the Gold Coast make good profit? And do you see our parks grow? And do you see our parks grow? And will you get to the size and quality of Disneyland? So, look, they make profit. I think Dreamworld has posted their financial results. I think they've done exceptionally well. They spend a lot of money, but then they're making the money back. They've obviously, whenever they invest in a new land or rides, they've got to prove to the people signing the checks that they're going to, in return, get higher visitation, higher ticket sales, higher spend in the parks, and it's going to pay off. Hence, then it pays that investment off over time. They got to say, okay, this is the ROI or the return on investment, so many years, whatever it is, and then once that works, then that gives the shareholders encouragement or trust that they know what they're doing, and it gives them the ability to potentially sign more checks for future attractions and rides and things to bring people to the parks. And keeping in mind, I don't know. I do know Village Roadshow. They obviously they do make money. However, and I know, without talking financials, I mean, I used to work there a long time ago, but and you are privy, because I was in senior management role. You are privy to the revenue that's being made, but keeping in mind the revenue streams for a theme park is essentially ticket sales, food and beverage, and retail. There's a couple other streams in there, like corporate events, that kind of thing. But basically, that's the three. So there's a lot of pressure on food and beverage to have good value food and different foods, trending foods, themed foods, keeping up with industry standards, all that kind of thing, with people's, what's happening out in the outside world, bringing some of that into the parks, all right, because people love that stuff. And then retail, again, you got to be on trend. Your pricing's got to be sharp. It's got to be value driven. And that's a hard thing, because people come to the theme parks on a budget, so you got to have things that fit everyone's budget. So yeah, sometimes it's hard for them to make money. And if they're getting a lot of annual pass return customers who just bought their ticket once, a lot of people that come in there will just go in and ride some rides, see a show, and go and not spend a cent. And that's quite a large percentage of the people that do that. When I go, I always make sure I buy a coffee, I buy lunch, I buy something, a drink or two as well. Sometimes I'll see something merch. I'm like, I got to have that. It's pretty cool, So, I try and make sure I'm trying to support the parks, as best as I can while I'm there as well. It gets hard. International tourists, they'll buy the souvenirs. Locals won't really buy souvenirs unless you're from like the domestic, like other states of Australia. When you're coming here on a holiday, you're going to want to buy a souvenir of your holiday. So, of course, they'll buy some, but everyone's on a budget. So you got to have things that suit everyone's budget. Cheaper things, more expensive things, all that kind of thing. If you look at what Dreamworld's been doing with their theming and their, like, especially with what they've done with King Claw and Rivertown, Jungle Rush, Murrissippi Motors, the whole theming, that's getting to that Disney standard. So I think, yes, they're getting to or particularly Dreamworld is getting to that Disneyland quality. But again, they haven't got the budget to spend that Disney has or Universal has. Like, I know when they built Epic Universe, there was pretty much no budget. They pretty much said, you build this park that will just blow everyone's mind, and here's a blank check, like, kind of thing. I think that park's cost something like $10 billion, or it might have been more. But like, I know the Harry Potter land alone at Epic Universe alone, that one land, $1 billion. That's insane, like crazy, so you spend that sort of money, you're going to get the best things you could dream of. We're not there, and we won't be there. We don't have the population. We've only got 25 million people in Australia, for one, and yeah, we get visitation and international, and we're getting a bit more exposure now from international markets, particularly with the likes of some of these vloggers coming over, YouTubers from the US now, checking out our parks and giving massive exposure on their channels to our rides and attractions. And it's pretty cool. So things are changing over time, and I hope they realize the parks, they just got to spend the money. We need to have like a Transformers standard of ride here, that kind of thing. We need to get to that level pretty quick too. Massive investment, but it's worth it. You spend the money, it'll make the money back. So yeah, I think we're getting there, but I don't think we'll get to the size or quality of Disneyland quite to that level. But we're certainly getting there, and it definitely feels a lot more like that. So excited for what the future will hold with those parks. I miss the days when Movie World had the Gremlin ride. Absolutely. I absolutely love that ride. It's so cool. Everyone's saying bring it back, nostalgia. I mean, some people go, what the heck is the Gremlins if you're younger? But man, they need to bring back some of that nostalgia. I think it will be worth it, but we'll see. So that was from Eliza. You do a good job with your YouTube videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I do try my best. It's my hobby, and I enjoy it. Brady says, you deserve to be up there too because you're so well-spoken and talented. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brody. We're trying. I work full-time in a normal job, so this is my hobby, my weekend hobby, essentially, right? So I go out on a Saturday. Again, I go out with a purpose. I know what I'm filming. I got my little schedule, and then I spend literally the next day editing, and that's my weekends, just so we can put up some fun content. I love to travel overseas and get other content. The views go down. It's weird, but I guess a lot of Australian subscribers may not all be traveling overseas, so they only want to see what places they're going to go and visit here. But I keep encouraging people to please watch all the videos, because even if you're not traveling over to Florida or the USA, just check out how the parks are compared to here and what we could potentially have here, and it's me there experiencing it. And I just think, I just wish more people would watch some of those Universal Studios videos, American content. It's, I think it's good content. And if you love theme parks, which I'm sure most of you do, or attractions, I've got some great content on there. So anyway, I really am trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to get to 20,000, and then I'll obviously, my aim one day is to hopefully ever hit 100,000 one day. I'd love to, but when I work full time, I can only do this on my weekends, as in make the videos. So I'm limited for time. I can't do a video a day. If I did a video a day, then the channel would naturally go a lot faster. Or if I did, 4 or 5 videos a week, it would go up a lot quicker, as many others have as well. It's all about time, but I also don't just want to film a video for no reason. I don't want to just keep visiting the parks and showing the same stuff. It's just, like, here's the parade again for the 18th time this month. Like to me, there's no point. That's me. I want to produce a video that you actually go, oh, okay, well, we have seen the parade before, but hey, this is now something different that's happening there. This is what's going on this month. Or, hey, there's some updates, or look, check out what's new, or there's a ride coming, or whatever it might be, an event on. There's a purpose, and that's the aim of the channel. So thanks for your comments. I appreciate it. Okay, so where are we at? Can you see all of Disneyland in one day? No. You could walk around and physically see it in a day, yes, but you won't be able to experience it in a day. To be honest, in my experience, the best way to experience Disneyland, if you're going to California, I haven't been to Florida yet, you need to get a 5-day hopper pass. And what that is, excuse me, because there's 2 Disneyland parks. There's Disneyland, the original, biggest, and then there's Disney California Adventure, directly opposite. It's actually built on the original car park of Disneyland, and now there's a multi-story car park down the road. And then there's Downtown Disney, sort of in between the two, but off down a little bit, but in between the two kind of thing. But essentially, the front gates to those parks are opposite each other. So a hopper pass means you can go from one park and into the other park on the same day, or the next day, and then go back to the other one the next day. In my opinion, you need at least 3 days to do Disneyland, to do it properly, to experience the rides, the shows, entertainment, the food, the shops. Do you know what I mean? Character interactions. Get the whole Disneyland experience. Maybe even 4 days. But Disney California Adventure is more of just kind of like a rides park. Super highly themed. They do have shows, but remember the parks over there, usually, depending on the time of year you go, are open like all day till like midnight, from like 8 till midnight. They're big days, but you got to stay for that whole entire day, because the nighttime is a whole nother experience, and fireworks and just everything. I'll tell you, big days, try and spread them out a bit. Like I think you can use that hopper pass within I'm probably going to be wrong quoting this. I have to check what it is. It might be like a 12 or 13 day window, but you got to use it within that window. From the first day you use your first ticket, right? Something like that. Now, usually the travel agents here have deals on those hopper passes. Most people probably go to a travel agent. I usually just book everything myself. I think the first time we went, we did it all through a travel agent. The second, third, fourth, whatever, fifth time, we book everything ourselves. It's just, you can find better deals and not pay the commissions. But I know Disneyland passes, the travel agents tend to have some good deals. But just search it up online. You can usually find something there. Yet you will need several days. They're big parks and big queues. You can get fast pass. They're not cheap. So, but if it's a busy time of year, it's worth doing for sure. Okay, so you can use all our theme parks in one day, but on different days. Yeah, you're right. MLE Network says, hi, Shane and everyone. Hello. Tomorrow and Friday, you're going to Toowoomba Royal Show. Oh, enjoy. I've heard that's a really good show out there. So enjoy that one. Have fun. Be safe. Shane, have you ever had a fire evacuation anywhere, including the theme parks? Yeah, actually. Where was it? I've experienced them at Movie World before. Scooby, I think it was. Superman as well. I think Disneyland, I have to say, I think it was it Disneyland? I can't remember now. I think it was at a Disney park, and I can't remember what ride. Might have been Pirates of the Caribbean. I seem to remember hopping out of a boat somewhere. So, actually, it might have been. No, I think it was Small World. I think it was Small World, something like that. But yeah, look, it happens. So staff come along, they get you out safely. It's fine. Sometimes you get to see some pretty cool behind the scenes stuff as well. So I don't think you're allowed to film it, but you get to see it. What else we got here? Hi Shane, I'm just posting my carnival. Oh yeah, Alkali show on the video on my YouTube channel, Homelander, and now. Fantastic. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Keep us posted as we get closer. Yep, absolutely. I'll keep everyone posted. Happy birthday, Jason. Jason, says Pauline. Okay. In America, it's go big or go home. Absolutely. No, bro, Sam, appreciate it. Simon. Simon is very generous and kind, and gee, I cannot thank you enough, Simon. Another super chat. Thank you. You're very kind and generous. From the bottom of my heart, I sincerely appreciate you. Your comment for this one is, curiously, have you done a review of the Pit Chef? It's a 3D projection based. Yes, I haven't. So it's the 3D projection based dinner show at Hilton Surfers Paradise. Thank you for mentioning that. I was just looking at. I saw it a while ago, and I was like, man, that's cool. And then I forgot about it. Then I just saw it again, literally the other night, 2 nights ago, I think it was. I'm like, oh, that's right, they've got that there. Thank you for bringing that up. Actually, I I'm going to put that on my list because yes, I think that is pretty cool. Is that? I think they do something similar on. Is it Disney Cruise Lines? I think with they do. I think there's a restaurant there. They do something similar. Maybe an animation restaurant. I think. But yeah, I'm going to write that down. Thank you very much, Simon, for the super chat. And again, and I really appreciate that. Please make sure if you see me in the parks, you've got to stop and say hi. I really want to thank you in person for being so kind and generous to me. And that's a great suggestion as well. So if you're in Surfers on anyone's in Surfers on holiday and you want to have dinner at the Hilton Surfers Paradise, there's a 3D projection dinner show. Like on your plates and stuff, like it's check it out. You'll find it on TikTok or Instagram. Definitely worth a look. Lee Pete Chef Hilton Surfers. I will try and get that one done at some point in time, probably after the holidays, because leading into these school holidays, like, well, that's all really always busy as anything. It might be hard to get in, but it's on the list. Thank you again. Yeah, it's on some of the cruise ships. I think it's Disney. It might even be on some of the other ones. Have I ever been to Cairns and done Scenic Railway? Yeah, absolutely I have, Brandon. On this channel, actually on my YouTube channel. So yes, if you scroll right back, keep scrolling, right back, keep scrolling. Probably 2 years ago. Yes, did that, the Kuranda Rail. So we went up there on the railway from Kuranda, checked out at the top there, and came down on the skyline there. So yep, there's a full video there, and some other Cairns attractions is on there as well. So yeah, I loved it, absolutely loved it. Check it out. It's worth checking out for sure. How come parks here in Australia close early compared to Disneyland? I think it's just, to be honest, it's attendance levels. They've got so many people attending those parks there. Who, they literally have to open that long to ensure people see the value in the day and they actually have a full day and get to see and do everything. I'm a big believer that our parks here should be open till at least 10 o'clock at night during all of the school holidays. So outside the holidays, yeah, there's probably not a need for it. Some days, you basically see hardly anyone at Movie World or wherever, and a little bit of tumbleweed just floats down Main Street, because it's just empty and there's nothing there. But during the holidays, I think 100% they should have extended tray. They should bring in different food options in the street, like street foods and things. They should just make a big deal of it. People will stay, 100%. They would stay. If it's marketed right, they would just stay. I think they're scared to do it because it costs a lot of money to do, obviously. Because remember, it's not just opens longer. You think of all the extra costs. Okay, you have to have maintenance people on. You have to have ride operations, security, nurses, retail staff, food staff, extra food, extra power, extra everything, right? So you've got to make sure the park is, all the wages that go with that, like all the park's making that money. If it's not, you can't do it. So the US parks, they just got the attendance there, and it's just like, no questions, they're going to make money. They're going to stay open. They're going to make money. It's really hard here. So they got to be smart about it. But I think that's why I believe Dreamworld has started these night markets to test that theory, I suppose, over time. And they're building that up now. So it works. By the way, again, Little Hampton sparkling spring water, sponsor of Jaggs Journeys live streams. Make sure you get some of this. Rehydrates, keeps you going. Love it. All right, what have we got? Thanks, guys, for your comments. I really appreciate it. What is the better coaster in Queensland if you could only ride one? Steel Taipan or Hypercoaster? I think it depends. Like, it depends what you class as, which one is better. As in, so some people don't like to go upside down. Some people think it's a better coaster if it doesn't go upside down. Some people think it's better if it does. Some people think it's better if it's faster. Some people think it's better if it's just more highly themed than others. So it depends what you're sort of looking for. They're both awesome coasters. Look, I think DC Rivals Hypercoaster is obviously longer, faster, taller. I think like it's just it's customized. It's a custom coaster as well, from Mark Coasters. So look, they're both awesome coasters. And then of course you've got, one's got backward seats, one's got spinning seats, Taipan. So they're two different. They're actually two complete different experiences as well. I like them both for what they both give you, but I think Rivals is going to give you the biggest experience. Like, it's a big coaster. The YouTubers, the coaster enthusiasts from the US have started coming here over the last year and 2 years, and even quite recently, and they know that that's one of the best in the world. DC Rivals Hypercoaster, it's up there. Taipan's awesome. It is a replica, like a, what they call an off-the-shelf coaster type of one. There's others like it in the world, exactly the same design. I think their Taipan has that, the piece where you go up the second launch, reverse up the spike. They don't all have that, I believe. So there's something that's different on that, and the spinning seat as well, which I think is a first for that style of coaster. So they've made it different, which is cool. So it does have its own difference. But yeah, I think Hypercoaster is certainly one that is probably the best from that respect. So yeah, they're all awesome though. I'm sure many of us can attest to being on a failed launch of the Tower of Terror. They were the days, all part of the fun. Yes, I've included. Yes, I've had failed launches on that. Yep. Well, because that was, I think, electromagnets. I think that one. So I think they use more power per one launch than the whole of Dreamworld uses in 1 year. I think it was something like so expensive to operate. Yeah, the theme park should definitely do trial run it being open longer. I agree. They should in the holidays. Australia's Wonderland, when it was open, used to open late every Saturday during summer. That's cool. Maybe they should, at least do that here. But I think they could get away with every night over the holidays. I reckon they could. How much for Jaggs Journey Snapback? So, like on my website, if you go to my Instagram, there's a thing called Linktree, and then there's a link for the merch. Takes you to another website, and that's where you buy t-shirts and hats and things. But I think on that website there's only trucker hat, and it's just a print of the logo on there. It's not embroidered like this. I did make a few hats up. I don't even know if I've got some. Actually, I do have a few left. So these ones here. So my logo here is a 3D logo that I wear. These ones are a flat embroider. Okay, just flat embroidered on a just a basic hat. It is a snapback. I do those for 25. So if you want one of these, obviously plus postage. If you're local or you're going to be at the theme parks on a Saturday, if it's a park I'm going to be at, I can bring on with me and give it to you. That's fine, and just give me the money. But other than that, we can post it out. I don't have a lot of those left, but I've got a few of those. So yeah. Also, where is it? Bring back the sweatband. Yeah. So I got these made in the same factory that makes Nike and Champion branded tennis sweatbands for the wrist. So they're pretty good. Like, they're good for when you want to wipe the sweat off your brow, whatever. $10 for one of those. It is embroidered on there, and they're comfortable to wear, nice and soft. So yeah, so we've got those as well, but they're not on the website. They're just something I do here, and yeah, there's some badges and stuff like that. So quite a few people, when they say, "Hey, can I buy some stuff off you?" Got a couple of different size badges, actually. A couple of different size badges. I've got some key rings too, actually, somewhere. Oh yeah, some key rings as well. So yeah, but the website is just t-shirts, hoodies, truckers. I think there's might be some bags and stuff on there, just with a print of the logo, that kind of thing. But it's kind of funny when I do see people wearing my stuff in the parks. I got to take a double look. It's kind of weird for me, but it's cool. I appreciate, again, people supporting me as well. So yeah. All right. So what do we got there? What's the time, by the way, guys? It's nearly 10. Wow, we've been on here so long. Okay, we'll get through the rest of the questions and then we'll wrap it up so everyone can get a good night's sleep and ready for the rest of your week. So let's have a quick look here. Ileana's been posting videos of her visits to Carnival and dolphin shows. Awesome. Yes, I will be at Supernova in April on the Saturday. I will be there. I never miss it, except for last year when I got invited to Epic Universe in Florida. I had to make the decision for that one. Brody Nabi says, I was wondering, how do you come up with your amazing video ideas? I can tell you are making not only your family proud, but also your heroes proud too. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Look, a lot of it is around sort of what's happening, I guess, at the parks and what's coming up. Because like sometimes, people might go, oh, that street food festival's coming up, but I don't know if we'll go. So I'll go along. I try and get along on opening day. Not always, but usually around the first day, second day, third day. But I have my plan, what I want to do, how I want the video to flow, what foods I want to try. I want to showcase that event. So someone sits there and watches it and goes, oh, okay. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Oh, it's better than I thought it was going to be. So it's like anything. You got the advertising, and then sometimes you go to these things and it's like, oh, is that all it was? But when like someone like me goes there, experiences the event, shows the foods, tries some of the food and all that, and what's available, entertainment, whatever else they've got going on, push that video out as soon as possible. And then people can go, oh, cool. Okay, I get it. I'll go. Should I go? Yes, I'll go. So, so it's all really based around what's happening at the time, or what's coming up. So it's pretty much the go there. What do you think of Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Coaster? Oh, you've probably seen I've been posting a few or reposting a few posts and stories of the coaster, and that looks incredible. I was there when they were building it. Excuse me. I was there when they were building it a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. They started building on it. They had like poles up and everything. So on the side of a cliff, like it's crazy design for one. It's a steep cliff too. But how cool is the design? Because it's not a set thing either. The cars can change. Like you could go on that ride 4 times in a row and it could be 4 different experiences. You do simulate drifting and 360s. Sometimes you could be facing the other car in front of you, which is cool. Like, yeah, it's so different, and I'm sure it will make me feel really sick because it's quite a spinny one. I would definitely do the coaster, though. There's no doubt at all that I would do the coaster. So I probably just would, after that coaster, relax for a bit and sit down and, recuperate, have a drink. But can't wait to ride it. I will ride that coaster. Won't be this year, but unfortunately, I'd love to get it this year, but it's not going to be possible. So maybe next year. But but yeah, I'd like to definitely experience that. As most of you know, Universal Studios are definitely my favorite theme parks in the world. I do love Disney as well. Universal are definitely my favorite parks, and I've got to get to that. And there's building another one exactly like it. Well, it'll be a little different, but essentially it is the same coaster at Florida as well, where they rip down the Rip Ride Rocket, which I got to go on one of the last rides on when I was in Florida last year. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, looking forward to that. It does look pretty insane, Jace. Your merch is linked in your YouTube about me as well. Yeah, that's right. In the little about me section there. Link tree is probably the easiest way to find it. But yeah, I think I have got that link in there as well. If they stayed open, but if the park stayed open a bit longer over the holidays, it would attract more revenue. Definitely would. People would stay because then they'd lose track of time. They don't worry about what times are going to close. When it starts getting dark, they go, "Oh, it's getting dark. Let's have some dinner." Then they go, "Oh, we still got a couple of hours." That's what happens when we go to the States. We usually go and it's like summer, so they have daylight saving in LA, and then it's like just getting dark. You're like, oh, it must be okay. Let's have some dinner now. I'm not realizing it's actually like 9 o'clock at night, and you lose track of time. You really do. What should I know about going to Supernova for the first time, especially with a celebrity and meeting them and all of that? From Darwin, no worries. I would recommend you, if you can, get online and book some of those. Whoever you want to have your photo. So there's photos and there's autographs. There's two separate things. Really not cheap. But again, if it's someone you absolutely admire and have followed, watch the movies and things, and just like, I have to meet them, you got to decide which one you want to do or which two you want to do. And the money, I guess, is whatever you can afford or, what you're willing to pay, I guess. I think you can book them online. I would secure them because I think they sell out pretty quick as well. You don't want to miss out if that's the case. I would try and get there before it opens, a good hour before the gates open, because otherwise the queues are long. It takes ages to get in. Also, the place gets so busy so fast. So the busiest time is about, let's just say, 45 minutes after the doors open. The place is usually like packed, but from probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock, it starts to empty out a bit. You can get around a lot easier. And yeah, obviously, during the day there's panels and things. So I'd go online and have a look at all the things that there is to do. There's free panels usually you can sit through and listen to people have talks about what their roles are in their movies, or there might be gaming people. There's lots of things to see there. If you're into your cosplay, they have cosplay, where people walk up on stage and they have like a best dressed type of thing. The celebrities have times that you go, that you see for autographs, and then the photo sessions done at different times. All will be online. I'd recommend getting that booked there, and just prepare for that and allow that, and just try and plan your day around that. But that middle chunk of the day is hectic, like shoulder to shoulder. Hard to get around a little bit, but everyone's happy. Everyone's in their zone, and so many people, dressed up in what they've created or purchased. And I tell you, most people make their costumes, and wow, incredible. There's so many talented people. That's what I love seeing the most, is all of these really talented people out there that can make these incredible costumes that look so realistic. It blows my mind. So yeah, I'll just recommend that, really, going a bit early, pre-planning and booking everything online, and enjoy. I might say hi if I see you at Supernova. Yeah, just come up to me. I mean, I'm always happy to stop and say good day to anyone. Andrew, when are you going to Saudi Arabia to review Coaster Falcon's flight? It's so quick, you go into a new dimension. I would love to go as soon as it's safe to go, but obviously just because of where it's located and the travel situation to the Middle East currently probably is not recommended currently, but I know they're not directly impacted specifically by what's going on, but it's just the region of travel and where you've got to fly into. So look, when things settle down and kind of back to a sort of normality, hopefully very soon. But I don't think I can get there this year. I just, yeah, I won't be able to, is financially. So unless a sponsor wants to sponsor me there, I'll promote your brand or business throughout the channel multiple times. Of course, brand placement. But yeah, when it's safe to do so. Look, probably there's like I would love to get there, like ASAP. Of course, it's a brand new roller coaster and it's the world's fastest, tallest, longest giga coaster. I mean, wow, how cool! But realistically, hope to get there at some point. I do want to do the parks in the Middle East. Like, there's so many awesome ones there. I guess it's just a matter of when and cost. Did you get that piece of the claw gifted or did you steal it? I don't steal, so yes, that was gifted there. So that was one of the claws that was actually part of the fence. So you wouldn't have been able to steal it. It had to be sawn off. Well, actually, I don't know if those ones they might have been connected with Allen keys, but there was a few of those that were gifted to certain people. If you go back to the video that I did before the King Claw opened, and I interviewed Shane Boyce, who is the actual project manager, who did all the theming and story for King Claw. So before it even opened, it was nearly open. They were testing, hadn't opened yet. So the video there that I did with him, well, after we filmed that, he then said, "Oh, I've got something I want to give you." And I said, "Oh, really? What's that?" And he had a bag and he just handed me the bag and I opened it up and there's this claw. And I said, "What? What is this?" And he said that they just wanted to thank me for the years and years of content, of positive content that I've done for Dreamworld, and the passion that I show in my videos. And yeah, it was a thank you again, because I don't feature negative stuff. Like, it's all about positivity. So, and we want people to come to the parks. We don't want people to not go to the parks or go, "Oh, it's not painted or it's chipped." And you don't want to see that stuff. People can see that when they go there. Like, I mean, if the parks know they have a plan for maintenance and all that, let's showcase the positives. Why you should go to Dreamworld, why you should go to Movie World, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that was given by management as a gift. Hence why I've got on show. So this is backwards. So it's hard. This is backwards. Yeah, so they know they've given it to me. There it is. So obviously, if it wasn't obtained properly, I'm sure someone would say something. But no, that was gifted by Dreamworld. Very, very fortunate to have that. And yeah, someone said to me, "Oh, you're going to put it on eBay?" Never. It's not about what it might be worth. For me, it's like, it's a thank you to something that I've done for them, kind of thing. So yeah, that'll always sit in my little collection of stuff here. So yeah, that's the backstory on that one. You're saying she got a jump scare at the Aqualight show at Carnival. It's a great show. That. Are you still going to drive to the theme parks? Apparently, fuel will be $8 a litre in May. Really? Where did you hear that? Or diesel, maybe? I don't know. My car's just unleaded. I only live 10 minutes drive from the parks, maybe 15 to Dreamworld. But if it gets crazy, I'll just catch a bus, 50 cents. No big deal. The buses, it's probably be like a 5-minute walk, and then jump on a bus to probably Helensvale, and then swap buses to go to theme parks. I just take a little bit longer, but 50 cents. So, yeah, I'll just do that. If that becomes $8 a liter, I mean, crazy. I'll probably get photos with Jamie Campbell, Bonnie Wright, Carl Urban. Lots of people want to see Carl Urban, and Ernie Hudson, John Jarrett. Yeah, there's so many cool people, isn't there? At Supernova. Do you buy annual passes for every park in the country each year? For Village Roadshow, so yeah, so in other words, all the parks in the Gold Coast and then Dreamworlds are separate. I do. I don't buy annual passes for the other parks because I don't go often enough. But I'll just buy day passes for the other parks when I go, whether it be Gimbal World or Luna Park or Aussie World, unless I'm invited to those parks. And sometimes I get invited, but I don't ask. So if I just want to go, I just buy a ticket. So yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty pricey getting autographs and photos with the stars of Supernova. But yeah, you're right. They spend a bit of money bringing them out to Australia. That's for sure. Have I been on the ride called Speed? No, I haven't. I don't think. No, it doesn't ring a bell. What park is that at, Andrew? I haven't been on that one. Speed doesn't ring a bell, but I haven't been on that one. So anyway, guys, we got to the end of the comments. Now, if I have missed a comment, again, apologies for that. Always feel free to drop me a message on Instagram as well during the week. Andrew says that ride was at the Eka. Is that the one that spins like that inside, or was that something else? I'm not sure. If it's a spinny ride, well then no, I would not have been on it. I don't do well with spinny rides. Well, they don't like me. No, I don't like them. So I wouldn't have been on that one. Cool. Anyway, guys, we are going to leave the live stream there. What's the time now? It's after 10. So, look, thank you all so much for being on there 2.5 hours. And it's been a really good live stream. I just want to thank everyone for everyone's interaction. It's fantastic. And all the questions, I really appreciate it. The super chats, Simon and the other person that I had trouble with their name. And, again, apologies for that. I think, again, it was Alajolgoa Sony Sab Fan 2026. And I apologize for getting that wrong. I know I pronounced that wrong. If you have a nickname, a short nickname, please let me know, and I'll next time I'll try and give you another shout out. So again, apologies, but thank you so much. But thanks to everyone. I really do appreciate everyone's interaction. Thanks Cooper too as well. Yeah, so I just want to say thanks for jumping on. Thanks for watching the videos and supporting the channel. Let's try and help me get to 20,000 subscribers by sharing the channel, asking friends and family to subscribe. Remember, no charge at all. It's free to subscribe. And I want to get there. I want to hit that milestone of 20K. So yeah, I want to try and hit that fairly quickly. I'm nearly at 18,000, so we'll see how we go. Again, it's hard because I do one video to 2 a week based on I work full time. This is my hobby, so but we'll get there. We'll get there. Appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. And remember, I'm back here in 2 weeks' time on the Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Queensland time. If you didn't get a chance to see this on live, you can jump on the next one as well. And yeah, I hope everyone has has a good Easter, because the next one will be after Easter. So I hope everyone has a great Easter and get to do some fun stuff and stay positive. We can't control what's going on with petrol prices and all the rest of it. Let's just try to, control what we can control, but stay positive, stay safe, stay happy, try and do some fun stuff. And have one more question there. Sorry, saying, do you go live on the holiday? If I'm on holiday, if like last time I was in Singapore last year, yes, I went live from Universal Studios in Singapore. Sometimes I will do that. If I can, I will. So yeah. But anyway, guys, appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. And we'll probably see some of you at the theme parks, I guess, over Easter as well. See what we're doing. I just lost something here on my chat. My control panel has just vanished for some reason, which is really weird. So I don't know why it's done that. Anyway, not to worry. I'll fix that up another time. So yeah, again, stay safe. Have an awesome Easter. And if I see you at the theme parks, or if you see me, come and say hi. Definitely keen to say hi to anyone who supports me. And Autistic Simon, if you're still on here, especially you, for being so generous and kind. I really appreciate you. And yeah, make sure you say good day. If you see me at the parks, that'd be appreciated. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next journey. Good night.